Cast and crew, this is your 2-minute call. 2 minutes to showtime.
Thank you, 2 minutes.
Thank you, 2 minutes.
When the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Hello and welcome to Carefully Taught. Tonight is going to be spectacular. My name is Mark Otto. I'm the board chair for the Friends of Facing History School, and I'm also a former teacher and administrator at the Facing History School. You know, this school is inspiring. It's inspiring from the minute you walk through those doors and you see the smiles on the faces of the students and the staff and the way that they engage with each other, the energy, the love in the building, the community that they've created together. It's really one of a kind. The other thing that makes this school special is the way they think about teaching, the way they think about curriculum and instruction. You know, since 2005, Facing History has been teaching about implicit bias to the staff and to the students, anti-racist curriculum. This isn't new for us. And as you can see, that curriculum, that way of teaching, that instruction is under attack in this country, and yet it's so vital to the success of this country. If we don't know where we've come from, we certainly don't know where we're going. You know, one of the things we teach that's so important at the school is that history doesn't just happen. Things don't just happen. In fact, people make choices, and choices make history. So each of us make choices every day. When are we going to use our voice? When are we going to stand up and help other people? And that's what we're working with our students on. What do they believe in? What do they aspire to do or aspire to be? What are their hopes and dreams? And it's our job to make sure that whatever they are, that we hold them, we support them, we encourage them, and we provide them access and opportunity to the experiences and the support they need to realize those dreams. And that's why we need your help. We need you to help us fill the budget gaps that are coming due to COVID and the crisis around the school budgets in New York City. We need you to help us make sure that we maintain the arts, that we maintain college tours so students can actually see themselves on a college campus. They can't just envision it, they have to see it. They have to see people that look like them, that have come from New York City, that are on a college campus doing big things. They need access to free SAT prep. They need support from our social workers. All of these things are in jeopardy due to the budget crisis, and I need you to help us. I need you to pitch in anything you can. You can text support FHS to 44321, or you can go to our website, friendsoffacinghhistoryschool.org, and you can donate there. Listen, we're living in crazy times, but we have each other. We have the Facing History School building our next generation of leaders and advocates, scientists and doctors, lawyers. Will you help us continue to do that? Will you help us to make a difference? I hope you will, because we need you. So tonight, sit back, enjoy it. It's going to be amazing. The voices, the dancing, the performances are going to inspire you, fill you with love and joy, and hopefully help you carry on through the next weeks and months and find ways to continue to take action and choose to participate. We need all of us in the fight, and we need all of you to support the Facing History School. So now, I want to welcome Ben Harrell and our virtual orchestra to start the show. I hope you all have an amazing night. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the performers. Thank you to Chelsea and Ben and Matthew. We love you. Have a good one.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You have to be carefully taught. You have to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made and people whose skin's a different shade. You have to be carefully taught. You have to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught.
You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught.
You've got to be taught before it's too late. before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
Impossible things are happening every something new. Someone's playing the music in you. Now you're living, you know why. Now there's nothing you won't try. Move a mountain like the sky. Make a wish come true. But there is music in you. Now you can go wherever you want to go. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Now you can be whatever you want to be. And there's a song you will sing your whole life through. Move a mountain like sky. Make a wish come true. There is a music in you.
What's up, everybody? I am Matthew Johnson Harris, and thank you for tuning in to Carefully Taught, a benefit for the Facing History School. Now, before we do anything, I need you to stop and find the live chat if you haven't already been there. Throughout the evening, we will be talking with you and interacting with you through the live chat. So if you're watching this on your TV, grab your cell phone, grab your tablet, grab your laptop, and join us in the live chat. A lot of the performers will be hanging out there as well, so it's kind of like a virtual stage door. Which means, if you really like something, let us know in the live chat. And if you don't like something, keep your shady comments to yourself. Now, I couldn't come on here and just do a Rodgers and Hammerstein show and not take in what is happening in the world and in our country. So for your first prompt in the live chat, I want you to answer this question. How are you feeling? There's no wrong answer. Maybe you're super excited to see the performers. Maybe you're anxious because of all the things that are happening in the world. Let us know in the live chat. What I love the most about the Facing History School is that they ask their students to be active participators and not bystanders in this world. which means tonight, not only will you be entertained by beautiful, gorgeous music directed by Ben Harrell, associate music directed by Drew Wutke, but you will also be inspired to be the change that you want to be in the world. Times are hard. Things are going completely out of control, but I hope that I can bring you a little light, and also by showing you these amazing kids, give you some faith in our next generation and in the future. I would not be in musical theater if it wasn't for Whitney Houston and Brandy coming on my television in Cinderella. The first song that we heard tonight, There Is Music in You, featured Angela Burchett, and it's from that version of the movie. That version of the Broadway show. Excuse me, live show people. Our next song, sung by Aisha Jackson, In My Own Little Corner, is from that same musical, Cinderella. And I love this song because in the song she imagines all the things that she could be. When I was a little boy, I was a director. I would take my sister's Barbies and I would do full-out productions in my living room. I would go to the playground and I would cast all my friends as the appropriate Power Ranger, and we would act out each week's episode. But I moved to New York City, and after 10 years auditioning as a performer and seeing creative teams that were all white, I subconsciously was taught that that wasn't a reality for me. Tonight, with all of my amazing opera, television, Broadway, dance world friends, I am stepping out as a director choreographer, baby. Who would you be if you let go of the narratives of the world that told you you can only be certain things? Tap into that little boy or little girl in that corner, dreaming up impossibilities.
I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. But I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I wanna be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, Mingo Man loves a game I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I wanna be. I'm a thief in Calcutta, I'm a queen in Peru, I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sallied forth to seek my quarry, and I find I forgot to bring my gun. I am lost in the jungle, all alone and unarmed, when I meet a lioness in her lair. Then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own
some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger cross a crowded room, and somehow you know even then that somewhere you'll see him again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear him laughing across a crowd, and night after night, strange as it seems, the sound of his laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel him call you across a crowded room, then fly to his side and make him your own. For all through your life you may dream alone. Once you have found him, never let him go. Once you have found him, never let him go.
Why do they think up stories that link my name with yours? Why do the neighbors chatter all day behind their doors? I know a way to prove what they say is quite untrue. Here is the gist, a practical list of don'ts for you. Don't throw bouquets at me. Don't please my folks too much. Don't laugh at my jokes too much. People will say we're in love. Don't sigh and gaze at me. Your sighs are so like mine. Your eyes mustn't glow like mine. People will say we're in love. Don't start collecting things. Give me my rose and my glove. Sweetheart, they're suspecting things. People will say we're in love.
people claim that you are to blame as much as I. Why do you take the trouble to bake my favorite pie? Granting your wish, I carved our initials on that tree. Just keep a slice of all the advice you give so free. Don't praise my charm too much. Don't look so vain with me. Don't stand in the rain with me. People will say we're in love. Don't take my arm too much. Don't keep your hand in mine. Your hand feels so grand in mine. People will say we're in love. Don't dance all night with me till the stars fade from above. They'll see it's all right with me. People will say we're in love.
One dream in my heart, one love to be living for, one love to be living for. This nearly was mine, one girl for my dream, one partner in paradise. This promise of paradise, this nearly was mine. Close to my heart she came, only to fly away, only to fly as day flies from moonlight. Now I'm alone, still dreaming of paradise, still saying that paradise once nearly was mine.
You know, I see in schools across America leaders who spend a tremendous amount of energy, a tremendous amount of money, and a tremendous amount of time to boast about things like the number of AP courses they can offer their students, or how many of their graduates went on to Ivy League institutions, or how many coding classes they can offer every single one of their students, 9th through 12th grade. And those are great things to have in a school, sure. But those are not the types of things that we at the Facing History School use to measure our success, our worth, or our value. That's because at the Facing History School, our goal is to graduate students who are active, thoughtful participants in a democratic society.
My ultimate goal for students at Facing History School is for them to be able to go through a educational journey where they are figuring out who they are and how they relate to our greater world through the lenses of math, science, history, English, art, gym, and even humanities.
We as a staff prioritize relationships and building community. And there's an unwavering commitment here to meet the emotional needs of our students before thinking about academics. And oftentimes, especially in traditional schools, the importance of building relationships gets lost.
The Facing History School is a very special place. The school really focuses on building community, actually. It's right on my bulletin board back here. And I think that that is something that, despite the teachers that may come and go from the building, it is really at the essence of this school, and our students and families know that. They know that we're not just a school building, we're not just teachers. We really focus on getting to know our students and families as close as we can and trying to support and connect them to all the resources available. We are not just here to teach to a test or to teach to get into college. We're really trying to get our students to think about being civic participants and really think critically and analyze and look closely at history, look closely at what we're reading and make connections. And I think that that is what makes this place so special. I'm really thinking a lot about.
And we're faced with unprecedented times, and asking our teachers to grapple with the pandemic and feel present and engaged, and also dive into really challenging conversations about race and where the country is moving. I feel really confident that if you are a person that is involved with the Facing History School, you're already engaged to have those conversations. You're already equipped to have those conversations, right? That has been the forefront of and the building blocks of the curriculum and the community that Facing History cultivates.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. It looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, the cattle standing like statues. Oh, the cattle standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is waking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, don't miss a tree. An old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything
a question of not knowing what to do. I know what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories, and I reckon they are true, about how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into a pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go, just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a fella gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries, or roses, or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter in cream, and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Spitting his eyes. I'm just a fool who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, sitting on a velveteen settee, and I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no.
We kiss in a shadow. We kiss in a shadow. We hide from the moon. Our meetings are few and over too soon. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret, together we sigh for one smiling day to be free, to kiss in the sunlight and say to the sky, behold and believe what you see. Behold how my lover loves me. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret, together we sigh for one smiling day to be free, to kiss in the sunlight and say to the sky, behold and believe what you see. Behold how my God loves me.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Morel. Greetings from Morocco. I actually graduated from the Facing History School back in 2009. Wow, it's been a long time. I was part of the first graduating class of the Facing History School. And what could I say? It was such a great experience. I mean, going into school, like, I did not know what to expect. Coming from one of those weird zip codes, I didn't know what to expect. And the best part about it was meeting all the great teachers and learning so much about history and how history really impacts you. And trust me when I tell you that it gets better. Currently, I am a senior loan officer for a digital mortgage bank in Wall Street. So you see, it gets better. If you have days where you want to give up, get up the next day and try your hardest again.
Good evening. I'm Stephanie Umo, and like most of you, I miss theater a lot. I cannot wait to get back to playing Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton the Musical, and I've been very blessed to play many strong female characters in my career. So recently, our country celebrated the 100th year anniversary of the 19th Amendment granting women the right to vote. African American women weren't given the full right to vote until 1965, and those rights are still under attack today. I'm here to ask you to please exercise your right to vote. And hey, who knows? We might even elect our very first female vice president. So in the spirit of fierce female energy, please enjoy Menage a Trois performing a very special version of Wash That Man from the musical South Pacific. Okay, ladies, let's get in formation.
Wash That Man. Starring Lacey Ann DeRosa. With Bianca Pizarro. And Naceli Vega.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. Get the picture? I'm gonna wave that man right out of my arms. I'm gonna wave that man right out of my arms. I'm gonna wave that man right out of my arms and send him on his way. Don't try to patch it up. Tear it up, tear it up. Wash him out, try him out. Push him out, fly him out. Cancel him and let him go. Yes, sister. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. If a man don't understand you, if you fly on separate beams, waste no time, make a change, ride that man right off your range. Rub him out of the roll call and drum him out of your dreams. Oh, if you laugh at different comics, if you root for different teams, waste no time, weep no more, show him what the door is for. Rub him out of the roll call and drum him out of your dreams. Oh, I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his
way. Second verse is dedicated to the man, more concerned with his rims and his Timbs and his women.
Him and his men come in the club like hooligans.
Don't care who they offend, poppin' yang.
Like you got
Let's
yang.
stop at 10. The one pack pissed out by the waistman, crystal by the casement, still they mama's basement.
The pretty face men claiming that they be the big men.
Need to take care of the 3 or 4 kids.
And they face a court case when the child support sleep. Money taken, heartbreaking, now you wonder why women hate men.
Sleepy silent men.
The punk domestic violent
The
men.
quick to shoot the scene up, stop acting like boys and be men. How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within? How you gon' win when you ain't right within?
Come again.
I went and watched that man right out of my hair. I
Come
went and watched
again.
that man right out of my hair. I went and watched that man right out of my hair and set him on his way. I went and watched that man right out of my hair. I went and watched that man right out of my hair. I went and watched that man right out of my hair and set him on his way.
Just so done with you.
I went and watched that man right out of my hair. I went and watched that man right out of my hair. I went and watched that man right out of my hair and set him on his way.
Bye bye.
Out of my dreams and into his arms, I long to fly. I will come as evening comes to woo the waiting star. Out of my dreams and into the hush of falling shadows, when the mist is low and stars are breaking through, then out of my dreams I'll go into a dream with you. Alone and away, I look at the stars, the same that smiled on you, and time and again I fall on the things that you were thinking too. I have dreamed that your arms are lovely. I have dreamed what a joy you'll be. I have dreamed every word you'll whisper when you're close to me. How you'll look in the glow of evening. I have dreamed and enjoyed the view. In these dreams, I love you so that by now I think I know what it's like to be loved by you. I
Attending the Facing History School has prepared me for this time in history in many different ways. Mainly, I would say just, learning how important it is to listen to the other side or, people who you may not agree with. Obviously, I think with everything going on right now, the country is extremely polarized, within the government, politics, and everything. And everyone's just angry right now, and, rightfully so, but there's just a lot of shouting going on and not a lot of listening. So I think everyone just needs to take a seat back and just listen. I think that's truly the way to begin to bring the country together.
The starfish may look unimportant, lying limply in his underwater shelf. He may not look important to you, but he's very interesting to himself. It takes all kinds of people to make up a world. All kinds of people and things. They crawl on the earth, they swim in the sea, and they fly through the sky on wings. All kinds of people and things. And brother, I'll tell you my hunch. Whether you like them or whether you don't, you're stuck with the whole damn bunch. I don't think so much of the buzzard. He is something I would never like to be. But who knows what goes on in his mind? He may think he is superior to me. You may not admire armadillos. They're repulsive and they leave peculiar lives. They may not look attractive to you, but they're very interesting to their husbands or wives. It takes all kinds of people to make up a world. All kinds of people and things. They crawl on the earth, they swim in the sea, and they fly through the sky on wings. All kinds of people and things. And brother, I'll tell you my hunch. Whether you like them or whether you don't, you're stuck with the whole damn bunch.
Hi, my name is Sean Medina. I am class of 2020 and I am currently attending the University of Buffalo. Attending FHS prepared me for this historic moment in life because it showed me what a big role community plays in our life, and also being a part of the FHS community allowed me to overcome these times. They helped me do this online learning experience in a very comfortable way. They were flexible on due dates. They were very responsive when you had questions. They motivated us to get the work done, even if we didn't get it done on time. It's just to have the work completed. They were very comfortable with us, not turning in work on a specific time, only because they know what we were all facing, which was a big pandemic. A lot of people were passing away, rest in peace to them. A lot of people were getting sick and they had to all stay home. It's just a tragedy having to transition from going to school every day to now having to learn everything online, and they just made it comfortable for us. It wasn't a bad experience.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of that storm, there's a golden sky and a sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the
we're clearly in the midst of very challenging times due to COVID and the very real reality of systemic racism in this country. One of the main challenges that we experience is, I'm gonna speak for myself, that I experience as a teacher, is just ensuring that I understand that this is all new for everyone, and also everyone's situation at home and just in their lives in general isn't the same. Many of our students during this time had to battle many things, whether it be loss of loved ones, living in home environments that just aren't suitable for learning, but because of COVID, you had no other choice. And as well as other personal issues or relationship issues in general. And I think that it's important for me as a teacher to always keep that in mind.
What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad, or if you like the way he wears his hat? Oh, what's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? He's your fella and you love him. That's all there is to that. When he wants your kisses, you will give them to the lad, and anywhere he leads you, you will walk, and anytime he needs you, you'll go running there like mad. You're his girl, and he's your fella, and all the rest is talk. Something made him the way that he is, whether he's false or true, and something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, and now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your fella, and you love him. There's nothing more to say.
Hi, my name is Jenny Bautista. I graduated from Facing History in 2015, and I am an aspiring writer. Attending Facing History shed a light to the different disparities and inequalities that we as individuals and a society are affected by. The focus on choosing to participate taught me to be an upstander and to have a responsibility in creating a better world, challenge those around me, and hold myself and others accountable to stand up for what is right. Facing History was special for me because it shaped my identity and helped me find my voice. A day in FHS was a day I felt empowered, inspired, and cared for my own growth and development. Incoming freshmen should look forward to being challenged, learning about themselves, and reflecting on how we continue to face history.
Hey everybody, it's time for a little trivia. Head over to the live chat.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzels with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Little white dresses with blue satin tassels, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Wearing a ring, but ain't gonna be no misses. Bought matching diamonds for 6 of my bitches. Rather for all my friends with my riches. Think retail therapy my new addiction. Whoever said money can solve your problems must not have enough money to solve them. They say which one, I say no, I want all of them. Happiness is the same price as red bottoms. It's big, my skin is clean, the way it shine, I know. You seen I bought a crib just for the closet, both his and hers. I want it, I got it, yeah, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it. You like my hair? She thinks, just buy it. I see it, I want it, yeah, my receipts be looking like phone numbers. If it ain't money, then wrong number. Black card is my business card, the way it be setting the tone for me. I don't need a brag, but I be like, put it in a bag, yeah. When they see them brands, it stacks up like my ass, yeah, shoot. Go from the store to the booth, make it all back in one loop. Give me the loot, never mind, I got the juice. Nothing but know when we shoot. Look at my neck, look at my check. Ain't got enough money to pay me respect. Ain't no budget when I'm on the set. If I like it, then that's what I get. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Valerio. I graduated from the Facing History School in 2017. I'm currently a senior at SUNY Cortland, majoring in African American Studies and minoring in political science. Attending the Facing History School definitely prepared me for this challenging moment in history in so many ways that I'm very grateful for. As a young woman of color trying to find my place in this world, I look back at what I learned in high school and I still use all of that knowledge today. When I learned about my ancestors in high school and the ways in which they resisted against the system, it also taught me that I was capable of doing the same thing. Choosing to participate allowed me to find my voice, and today I'm still using it. I remember how empowered I felt as a senior to be educating others about mass incarceration, solitary confinement, and the unequal justice system that is still affecting us today. FHS taught me that looking back at history and educating yourself is one of the most important things we have to do in order to resist against a system of white supremacy and systemic racism.
In the second act of South Pacific, A young American Navy nurse explaining her race prejudice says, "I can't help this. This is emotional. It's born in me." And the second character, the man who is losing her because of this prejudice, shouts his protest. "I do not believe this. I do not believe these things are born in you."
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all your people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Hi, my name is Darrell J. Hunt. I'm an actor, singer, arts educator, and activist here in New York. It is a great privilege to speak on what Black Lives Matter means to me as a Black artist in this nation and in the world. Firstly, I'm a descendant of the continent. I am an African. I'm African American because I am a descendant of the slave trade here in the States. I specifically have value. I'm not a second-class citizen. I am not a sub-race or a subcategory. I matter. So it's rather linear, the way I look at it and I spell it out. I also matter to the legacy of this nation because I am a descendant of the people that gave America her primary wealth that was built through free labor. So agricultural and industrial wealth is rooted in the existence of my people. I also am a descendant of the legacy of artists who have given this nation so much of its voice and aesthetic through our art, through our music, through our literature. So I would have to say that specifically I am proud to be a part of the communities that have given this nation all of its grandeur. I would say, in the words of our dearest activist, Paul Robeson, I am proud to be an American, but I am infinitely prouder to be an American of African descent. Thank you.
Here we all work along the Mississippi. Here we all work while the white folk play, pulling them boats from the dawn till sunset, getting no rest till the judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't just make that white boss frown. Bend your knees and bow your head and pull that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from that white man boss. Show me that stream called the River Jordan. That's the old stream that I long to cross. Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but he don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling, he keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters, he don't plant cotton, and then what plants some is soon forgotten. But old man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and train. Our bodies are all aching and we're wrecked with pain. Tow that barge and lift that bell. You get a little drunk and you land in jail. I get weary and so sick of trying. I'm tired of living, but I'm afraid of dying. And oh, Red River, he just keeps rolling along.
Hi, everybody. Mark Otto here. I have a special guest. This is Jillian Smith. She's the founding principal of the Facing History School in 2005. Hi, Jillian. And she's also currently a board member for Friends of Facing History. So I want to welcome you, Jillian. Thank you for sitting down and having a conversation with all of us and helping those that maybe don't work in education get a little bit of a better sense of what do we do and what are the challenges we face as people who lead schools and educate our youth. So I want to open with a question to you around that journey. What are the challenges that we face that people need to understand?
We don't have enough time for me to tell you all the challenges our young people go through. But a few that are at the top of my head is that because of our student demographic, right, which are immigrants, our Black and brown children, that they already come in feeling as though they have deficits. So it's working with them to understand that that's not a deficit, that's a stepping stone, right? So to anything from where they are academically to where they live, right? And so understanding that throughout this 4-year journey, we have the task of building self-confidence, building the expectation that they are worthy of and that they should be and must be respected as young people in their community, and most of all, that they are empowered and that they have voice. It's an identity journey. It's a, how do I learn about me and value me and be able to tell people that don't value me, I have voice, I can speak up, and I can empower. I am empowered to do all the things that society tells me I cannot do. And in the end, it's just amazing to see the growth. It's really amazing to see that growth.
Do you have an alumni that you can think of, because I know I have many, that paint the picture of the story, right? That we can visualize, that we remember. Is there an alumni for you that stands out that that really lived that journey and then grew on to do great things that you would want to share with the audience?
So I do, and I just want to say to all my alumni, I love all of you.
Right? That will be what happens. You're going to get the text that says, "What about me?" But
Yes.
that's okay.
Your narratives have built us. Your narratives have made me grow and made me a better leader. There is one student, Jose Flores, who started at the Facing History School not speaking any English, did not speak any English. However, one of the first things he said to us in Spanish is that he wanted to be a pilot. And he started with us reading children's books. And he had a book about being a pilot that was in Spanish. And if you can imagine coming into ninth grade not speaking any English, but having a dream and giving the school charge to hold that dream and to water that dream for you. Well, Jose was like a blossoming plant. Not only did he graduate as a salutatorian, when he graduated, he showed us the book that he started reading when he came, which was literally a children's picture book to a Shakespeare novel, right? He applied, he went to school, and Jose is currently a pilot, not just a pilot, but a pilot flying for private companies, for a private company, millionaires, guest stars, and that is amazing. And that's what the Facing History School does.
Thank you for joining us today and sharing just a piece of the story with us, because I know there is just so much more that we would love to talk about. We both get really excited about this, and we could talk to anybody. So if anybody wants to talk to us, reach out to you.
Please reach out to us. We can take you through the journey. Just anytime, reach out to us. I love talking about my children.
Yes.
My children. I love my staff. And I have been gone for a minute, and I still say my children and my staff.
Yep. Forever. Facing History is forever with us. I want to thank, as we go into our next song, I want to thank everybody so much for joining us tonight. The performers, Chelsea, Ben, and Matthew for putting this together. It has taken so much work, so much joy from all of them to do this on behalf of the students at the Facing History School, because they believe that we can support each other. We can lift each other up in this moment, that there are actions we can take to be upstanders, to choose to participate, and to make a difference. And I thank all of you for joining. Please share this with your friends after tonight's over. I know it'll still be up on YouTube. Share it with everybody. Share the joy, share the journey, and ask them to help support us so that we can support our next generation of advocates and leaders in this country. So thank you all so, so much. I hope you'll donate. If you already donated, maybe one more time. Have a great, great night, and thank you. Bye, Jill.
Bye, baby. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Climb every mountain. Search high and low. Follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain. Ford every stream. And follow every rainbow you see. Till you find your dream. A dream. It's gonna need all the love that you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. So climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every single rainbow until you find your dream.
Climb every mountain, search
you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till
Good evening. My name is David Ross. I'm so happy to be here tonight to celebrate with you as we support the mission and the students of the Facing History School. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of the Friends of Facing History School, and I've also worked as a mentor at the school for seniors for the past 8 years. I help them figure out what's most important to them and how to make choices about college and careers as they move forward after they graduate. It's a big night, and we're trying to raise money. We're trying to raise $10,000, and I'm sure we will, because the mission is so important. The money we do raise will go towards technology, laptops, supporting programs like restorative justice and the arts, and college scholarships. The good news is we have an anonymous donor who's donated $10,000 towards any gift that's made. So if you give $10, that's worth $20. $20, $40. We can do this together. Thank you so much for being here.
We've made it to the final song of the show. Thank you to everyone who participated in tonight's event. Thank you to my music director, Ben Harrell, associate music director, Drew Wutke, and producer, Chelsea Harrell, for putting this all together with me. Thank you to the Facing History School for teaching our young people to be active participants in change and not bystanders. And lastly, thank you for tuning in. Now, I know that the world can feel hopeless and it can feel helpless, but here's the deal. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world. It's always a small majority of people that advocate for the biggest change. And those people are usually called zanies and fools because they go against society's sensible rules. Y'all can probably feel what's coming next, right? I started with that 1990s Cinderella television movie musical starring Whitney and Brandy, and I'm ending there as well. Please welcome my friends Aisha Jackson and Alex Newell singing Impossible/It's Possible. Right now, the world probably feels like it's never gonna change, that change is impossible. But I'm encouraging you to be the small majority and fight for progress, because it is possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you, and have a wonderful evening.
and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. Such folderol infinity of courses. Impossible. But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Impossible, 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 impossible. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And for white mice easily turn to horses. Such folderol infinity of courses. Quite possible. It's possible. For the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. It's possible. 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 Thank you.